Hey gang, what's up? Welcome to Mzansi and USA News. Here we go again. Here we go again. MK Party is at it, suing everybody that is suable. At this moment, they are suing SABC. According to Ishmael Abramji, the MK Party has threatened the SABC with court action if it continues to use the terms GNU and GPU in relation to government being formed by President Cyril Ramaphosa with 10 other parties. It says that the scheme is a grand coalition and wants the SABC to stop it. So here's the letter from their lawyers, KMNS attorneys, right? You can see the letter when I'm done reading it. It's signed by a certain Mr. Quinana. Okay, the letter is sent to the chairperson of the board of SABC, the company secretary, Auckland Park. Is also sent to the group CEO of SABC. There you can see our references, Mr. Quinana. It was written on the 25th of June 2024. I'll put it across like this so that everybody can see it. The chairperson, dear chairperson, re-agent demand to cease and desist from referring to the present coalition as government of national, provincial or local unity. We act for the Umkhonto weSizwe political party, MK, and former President JG Zuma, our clients. It has come to our attention, or rather to the attention of, and it is of utmost concern to MK that SABC, acting as a national public broadcaster, continues to refer to the current post-2024 election grand and or other coalition governments at any level or sphere with such terms as Government of National Unity, GNU, or Government of Provincial Unity, the impugned terms as the case may be. We are instructed that there has also been even some reference to a government of local unity in reference to coalitions at the local government sphere. The references made to the terms by the SABC itself via its employees constitute multiple and repeated breaches of the independence and related public mandate in terms of SABC editorial policies, read with the Broadcasting Charter, the Broadcasting Act, and or the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. More specifically, these provisions enjoin the SABC to report accurately and impartially, independently of political or commercial powers' influences. Page number 2. As you are no doubt aware, our clients stated the following during a recent public address to the nation, which was covered live on SABC. Regarding the current political situation, we need to educate our people that there is no government of national unity in South Africa. There is a white-led, unholy alliance between the DA and the ANC of Ramaphosa. It is sponsored by big business. It is for the benefit of markets, not the people. It must be crushed before it finds its feet. The media is also selling the story of a government of national unity when they know that there is no such a thing. I know because I was part of the leadership which introduced a GNU in 1994. Okay, I guess Ramaphosa was not part of that, right? Let's continue. We have asked our lawyers to write a letter of demand to SABC to stop deliberately misleading South Africans by using terms like Government of National Unity or Government of Provincial Unity to refer to present sellout coalitions. This is nothing but a return of apartheid and colonialism. We know that the private media has to serve its masters, but the SABC belongs to us. It has no right to feed our people with lies and pursue narrow agendas at our expense. We shall seek an urgent meeting with SABC board and management to raise this issue and, if necessary, educate them on the correct political terms which are appropriate. If they do not listen, the people will march to the SABC offices to demand the truth. If there is a government of national unity, why is its founding documents only signed by Mbalula and Helen Zille? Question mark. In addition to the warnings made by our clients, several independent experts have separately stated on SABC and other platforms of which you are no doubt aware that the current political arrangement created by the ANC is not a GNU but a grand coalition at best. Despite the public pronouncement made by and on behalf of our client and other persons, the SABC has deliberately and knowingly intensified the use of impugned terms and or terminology. At this stage, it is therefore doubtful whether any useful purpose will be served in having the previously envisaged meeting. However, and should you be of different view, we are of course willing to meet at any time before the deadline referred to below. In the circumstances, we are instructed to demand, as we hereby do, that the SABC should give an undertaking by no later than 1 o'clock on Friday, 29 June 2024, to take all the necessary steps immediately to stop the use of the impugned terms on all SABC platforms, failing which our clients will be left with no option but to approach the appropriate court of law to protect their violated rights, and without any further notice to yourselves. In the event of such a failure to comply with this demand, kindly furnish us with contact details of your attorneys in this matter so that we can arrange a service of the court papers on them when necessary. We look forward to hearing from you as a matter of urgency as soon as possible, but by no later than the deadline referred to above. Signed, yours faithfully by Thabo Quinana. Now, the deadline to which they refer to above is quite confusing. It mentions 2 days. It says 1 o'clock on Friday, and then it gives us the date for Saturday, which is the 29th of June, which is today. That is confusion on its own, but nevertheless, that's MK, right? We know that MK party is run by a constitutional delinquent, Jacob Gedle Zuma. Nevertheless, here they are, suing SABC. Where do they get so much money? Why are they always in court litigating? Are they hoping that they are going to reduce all constitutional apparatuses, constitutional institutions to bankruptcy? Then the question is, how much billions do they have at their disposal? Nevertheless, guys, that is MK's view. Right now, what do you guys think? What is your opinion? I can show you some of your fellow South Africans, what they think about it. And perhaps that's what I should do, seeing that I got this from Abraham G on his Twitter. Let's check some of the tweets. Let's do about 4 or 5. Here we go. Clearly, Ubaba is fed up with the so-called journalists. And that's Kavi. Wanderer says, who are the MK again? What relevance do they have? Okay, and Dutuko says, I'm not a law student, no expert, but I can tell without even reading that MK has no case here. And then Yenza Oguhle, the parliamentary leader of MK, of Zuma, has a PhD in laws. Why Angakuz? Very good question, Yenza Oguhle. Why Angakhuzi? Why is he not rebuking them for this folly? Nevertheless, MK party campaigned without a budget. When told JZ stole from SSA to the tune of 6 million a month, members resort to expletives. Where does the money for such stupid litigation come from? All that money looted from South Africa during the 9 monumental wasted years needs to be recovered soonest because it's being spent on silly court proceedings. What's going on with these people calling themselves MK? It must be called by its real name, not whitewash. It's actually Stellenbosch Mafia Coalition. Okay, that's someone who has a different view, obviously. He has drank the Zuma Kool-Aid. Let's continue. Through his endless court cases, has helped me learn a lot about how the law works. It's a pity that he hasn't yet learned much, but the court appearances are good publicity for his victimhood narrative. Guess in the popularity stakes, bad publicity is good. Actually, that is very, very true. That's what Zuma has been doing, using reverse psychology. Zuma is street smart. He may not be educated. For what it's worth, he is street smart. And because of his level of street smartedness, he is able to deceive the simpletons. Okay, the simpletons are all those individuals who are illiterate, who have matrics, who have degrees more than a thermometer, but they have learned nothing from school. Those are the simpletons. Okay, people who went to school to cram to pass an exam, but have nothing that they can claim to have derived as a life lesson to pass on to someone else to do life with from their education. Those I regard as simpletons. This arrangement is not a GNU, but just a coalition arrangement. GNU would have consisted of all political parties registered with IEC, but that's exactly what Cyril Ramaphosa has been saying about Ula Shabalala. You are correct, but the fact that there are political parties that are refusing to join the GNU does not make the GNU not a GNU. A simple example, Nelson Mandela in what Zuma refers to as a GNU, that, by the way, Ramaphosa negotiated. It's strange that he simply thinks that he's the only one who has got credentials to show for what happened in 1994 or pre-1994. Ramaphosa negotiated that GNU, including the constitution. That includes Jacob Zuma, but the chief negotiator there was Ramaphosa. Okay? Nevertheless, the point is this. That GNU that Nelson Mandela formulated, he invited a certain young Tony Leon, who was the leader of the Democratic Party, who had got a lowly 2% at the time. And Tony Leon refused to join the GNU. Does that then mean the GNU that Zuma claims himself was the GNU, was not a GNU by that reason alone? Can you see where your logic falters? It's not a GNU because all parties have joined it. No, it's a GNU because the extension and the intent of it, as written in the statement of intent, and the invite by the president was to all political parties. The president, at no point in time did he say, we will not negotiate with MK for as long as Zuma is the president. So he invited MK, and MK set this silly condition. Okay? Nevertheless, I had promised to read 5. This will be the last one. The center must hold. The MK clearly focused on uplifting the lives of poor black bodies. Where we call it GNU or Grand Coalition will be semantics. Make any difference to their lives. Okay, let me read that again. The MK is clearly focused on uplifting the lives of poor black bodies. Whether we call it GNU or a Grand Coalition, will semantics make any difference to their lives? Okay, I get the point. So he's asking a question. He's saying if the MK is claiming to be focused on uplifting black human beings in South Africa, does it then matter what we call as, I don't like to quote communist, but I will at this particular moment, as Stalin is attributed as having said, is it Stalin? No, I shouldn't be quoting Stalin, because Stalin would be more appropriate if I was talking about useful idiots. So this is not necessary for Stalin. But the point, though, guys, is this. What is your view here? Does MK have a point? Does it really matter? Because to me, the center must hold's view is an appropriate vote to end this message with. Does it really matter that the government of national unity, provincial unity, local unity? All what it matters is that it serves the people of South Africa, isn't it? And if MK has a vested interest in doing so, in my view, they should actually join up to serve the people of South Africa, isn't it? Okay, well, you'll tell me down below then what is your opinion about it. And also, what do you think about this endless litigation? That seems like, okay, let me not use such language because it may result in many of you using expletives. I don't use expletives, but I do use sarcasm from time to time. So I was about to do that and I've just stopped myself. Okay, that's called self-control. You tell me down below what you think. Ciao, ciao. See you later in the next video. Bye for now.